thumbs up or down. Do we agree or disagree with the statements?
Let's do
We're
it.
gonna battle it out.
Yes or no? Green or red?
All right, the first statement is you should always buy the maximum amount you're approved for.
I copped out. I said both.
Why?
Well, okay, so should you always buy the maximum amount? Like, probably not. I think maybe don't always do it. But at the end of the day, I personally always buy more than I can even qualify for, and I make my mortgage broker kind of deal with it. But
Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah,
it's
it's on
me.
you.
You know what? It's one of those things where you can, and with these prices, you might have to. But at the same time, if you don't need to, you find the right property for yourself, it's worth just going for.
I just think you have to find a really good mortgage broker and don't accept the first offer. Put it all on.
We can work some magic for you. We can work some magic, but as long as you're buying within your range, you're good.
I'm the worst nightmare for a mortgage broker. I'm sorry. I'm annoying.
It's all right. It's my job.
Second statement is putting 20% down is always the smartest move.
We're gonna have to give another nay.
Man, I'm doing the worst answers on both because I'm like, kind of. I mean, is it always the smartest move? Probably not. But at the end of the day, I think like 98% of my clients put 20% down. I put 20% down. I think it might be the safer play in a sense. And if you're trying to scale in the long term, it's probably the best play, you know. But I'm sure you would have something else to say about that.
Yeah, it's if you can, you probably should. At the end of the day, if you can put 20% down, you're avoiding the insurance premium. But if you can't and you want to get into the market, whether it's for yourself or you want to try to get in with a partner, you're putting money together, you do what you can to get in.
I would say it's not the smartest move because you also have the option if you want. You can actually put more. Is that controversial to say?
No, you can put more.
You can
I
definitely
love when you put more.
I like leverage though. I want leverage. Put as little as possible. That's why putting 5, 6, 7, 8% down is nice.
It
But
depends on like what stage in life you are. If you are selling the property as well and you can put more than 20% down, you're trying to actually go for like a lifestyle upgrade, that's an option. I would say at the same time though, if you're just starting to enter the market, put whatever you can afford at the beginning, but still have left over because you're gonna have far more costs than just what the 20% deposit. And there's like other costs you have to put into consideration, like your land transfer tax, your legal fees and everything else. So once you speak to the right experts, then they'll also give you like the rundown, like what is realistic, where you're not just making yourself house poor, but also getting the best bang for your buck.
Agreed.
good answer.
Next statement, fixed rates are safer than variable, period.
That's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I guess technically they are
No, keyword being safer.
safer.
You can't say a variable rate is safer than a fixed rate because it's all about risk reward. Variable is higher risk, higher reward. Fixed, you know what your payment is. It's stable. And I can tell you as a broker, 80% of people go fixed anyways. That's starting to slightly change because a lot of people want to take advantage. 80% of people take fixed normally, yeah.
Wow.
And variable has outperformed fixed in most cases. But recently we're starting to see a little bit of a shift with potential decreases in rates coming down the line, but we'll see.
Is this still valid though for investment properties? Is it still safer?
That's a good question, actually. With investment properties, it's a little bit different because the interest is tax deductible. So it's worth taking a little bit more of a risk to me. But yes, when you talk about the word safer, it's absolutely safer.
You're right. You know what? Safer.
Yeah.
I'll change that back to a yes.
Yeah.
Smarter.
I agree. Agreed.
Depends. It depends
Agreed.
on your scenario.
Agreed.
Depends.
All right. Next statement. You should wait for interest rates to drop before buying.
These are controversial.
I hope we all.
Oh, did we ask?
Okay,
Did we
thank
ask?
God.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah, we agree. I think that one's self-explanatory, right? Like, especially in this kind of market, I've gotten this a lot where people message me and they're like, oh, we're waiting for them to drop more. We're waiting for the prices to go down a little bit more. We think it's going to drop 3% on average. It's like, yeah, we're looking at averages now, but that specific deal, if you can get like a 20% discount on a property and your mortgage rate is what, 0.1, 0.2 higher, big deal. Like it makes no difference. You're getting a way better deal actually, and it's better to jump in the market when the time is right, which is when that good deal pops up, rather than waiting for hypotheticals.
It all depends on your situation. Like I always tell people, buy based off of your timeline. If it's the right time for you, why would you wait for interest rates to come down, whether that's 20, 30, 50, or even a full percentage point? I don't think that's going to happen from here regardless, but why would you wait for that if it's the right time for you? Conversely, if it's not the right time for you, even if rates are low, there's no reason to get into the market if it's not the right time for you. You need to have a bunch of things in order. Your down payment, income, credit, all that needs to be taken care of. So I'd say base it off of your situation and your timeline.
My whole thing is that, like, do you know tomorrow's winning lottery numbers? Like, how do you know when is the right time, or when is it going to be actually dropping to the standard that you actually would want to get into it? Like, how much does it need to have to drop? What actually happens when the rates do drop? Are you, now the house price is going to go skyrocket again? Like, that's typically what happened in 2020. So
Yeah.
there is pros and cons from waiting, but then also getting in on the action as soon as you can, so you can start actually accumulating wealth from the property themselves. So unless you have a magic wand and you know exactly what's happening, it's a no. Next statement: going directly to your bank gets you the best mortgage.
Sorry, Nick. Okay,
Give me your 2 cents. I'm interested.
my reasoning is if you're a millionaire, right, you have a bunch of money, or you have like this really high income job and you're a green flag, you're this to the bank. Usually they will give you the lowest rate and it's pretty easy, and they'll give you a big loan without much headaches. So it's a little bit easier in that sense. And I do find that the A lenders, if you go directly to a TD and you have a good rep, right? Not just like you're not just walking in and going to the first person you see. No, you have to know the right contacts. They usually will give you the best rate, or at least it's tied to, as the best rate.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation, right? Like I can tell you out of experience, I've done an RBC Capital Markets employee getting an employee rate, and we were able to beat it. Their mortgage with Scotia. But at the same time, you're right. There's certain clients that can go there. If they're a AAA deal, super easy deal to do, they have investments with the bank and everything, absolutely. But here's where the nay comes in. It's always worth just having a conversation with another professional. You want to shop it around. You want to see if that's really the best route for you. It doesn't hurt. It takes a quick phone call. You get to find out some more information and see if there's a better deal.
Honestly, if you're watching this video, you're probably not the person that's a multimillionaire with all that money in your bank account that it's that clean. No offense. You probably want to talk to someone like Nick. He's saved a bunch of deals for me.
The only thing really to add, because you guys already explained everything pretty well, it's like, how do you know if you're actually getting the best mortgage rate or the best mortgage if you are only going to your bank? They can tell you it's the best offer, but that's all they have to offer. It doesn't ever hurt to shop around just to see what's going on, and you can always be loyal back to your person at the bank, but it doesn't hurt when their services are free. And Nick Barges has done me a great job. So he
has access to a lot more than someone at a TD or someone at a Scotiabank would have. So he can really get you the best options. Where if you go to the one bank, you're kind of stuck with whatever product they have. And if it doesn't work for you, sorry, it doesn't work for you.
We actually get referrals from the bank sometimes. For those types of clients, if they're self-employed clients, they don't qualify their income the exact same way, then they end up referring it over to us. But, generally, I see both sides of it. There's times where we're even taking them to a big bank. We work with the big banks as well to make sure that they're getting the best rate, because they have the most money and typically transfers to a better rate.
Yeah. But also, if you have a good mortgage broker, they would also tell you that. They will tell you when the bank is actually offering you a better deal than for them to make commission, because it's not in their interest. They want it to actually grow you as a future client. And if that's the best offer you're getting, they're going to tell you that. But the other thing too is like, the wording of it's like, is it the best mortgage offer? Is it the best mortgage rate that you're going to get? They can give, if your bank is giving you a lower rate, but it's not giving you the best options overall, your mortgage broker can actually walk you through that into far more
knowledgeable.
Yeah, they'll be more knowledgeable and give you like the overall piece of it. So
Thank you, Vass. You want to become a mortgage broker? You're pretty good at it.
I leave that to you.
I'm hot. Maybe I'm nervous.
Hot and sweaty.
I'm getting hot and sweaty, yeah.
It's so funny though, because we like we get the real estate and we get the mortgage. I'm like, guys, I'm
And
telling
you're
you.
supposed to be the man in the middle.
Yes, that's why I'm in the middle. Anyways,
Mediating us.
yeah, the tigers down if we fight each other.
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, so now the statement is debt is bad and should always be avoided.
Good answer.
Right.
Okay, thank goodness we're all right. Debt is not bad. When you use it right and you have the right professionals around you, you can always use it for leverage. A lot of people who started with nothing use debt to make themselves into something.
Especially when you're younger. I mean, take on good debt and it'll pay you back down the road. Don't take on bad debt.
It's thank you for saying that. It's exactly what you said. Good debt, because high interest debt is horrible for people. I
Credit
see it
cards.
all the time where people get themselves into a situation and it's hard to get out of.
Yeah.
And then they end up leaning on good debt to fix that, whether it's high interest debt from credit cards, lines of credits, and they have to use their good debt from their home, their mortgage, to consolidate that. It can be used successfully, but at the same time, if you're just buying a house, it's not always considered bad debt. There are cases where it can be. You know, if you're buying your sixth rental and you're depleting all of your cash reserves to do so, okay, it might be a little bit difficult for you. It might not be the best idea, but same time, you take a look at your profile, your portfolio, you manage your debt, and you say, I can either take on a little bit more or not, based off your risk tolerance.
Good answer. Yeah.
Don't go maxing out your credit cards.
That's the big one. And this is what I always tell people too, especially with HELOCs, home equity line of credits. When is the bank ever going to just give you like $200,000, right? For what do you have to do to actually get a loan at very low interest? This is like practically as low as you can get. It's a little bit higher than like a traditional mortgage, but you know, very, very low. And they're just giving that money to you that you can now spend it whatever way you want. I'm not saying go and buy, you know, a Lamborghini or whatever. Maybe that's not the best. I mean, do whatever you want with it, but you can invest it in another business. You can buy another property. You can have it for a rainy day. I mean, this is what I consider a good debt.
Yeah.
Good debt is good. Guys, you know what's hilarious? I feel like, Miko, you are straight out of a sports. What are those people
Like an
called?
analyst? Like a-
Yeah,
Why?
that's literally how.
Why? Because I'm the guy on the side here, you mean?
Like the way you're like, that's a perfect example.
Yeah, I'm trying to be.
You're like, let's look at the tape here.
If you
Okay.
think about it, that's what we're doing here.
But that's,
It is
no,
good.
This
but
is a
that's
sports
what
analyst.
you are doing your professional, like your character very well. Okay, next one.
We'll do one more. One more.
Let's do it.
One more? Okay. Your first home should be your dream home.
Easy one. That's easy.
That's super easy.
That's super easy.
People think that first homes should be like the most beautiful 3-story, 5 million rooms, like luxury vacation home, but that's not reality.
That's
Come back-
actually
come back to her.
the biggest mistake I see people make, first-time home buyers. And I've tried telling people, you know, hey, think about this. Really think about this. People are going to make the decision they want. I'm there to help them do the best they can with whatever they want. But if you buy a property, especially if you're house hacking, which means you live in one floor, rent out the other, rent out rooms at least, like you want this to be a positive asset, not a liability. Your end user dream home actually ends up being more of a liability than anything else. So really think about that.
You have to humble them. Humble them when they go for the house searching. When
try.
they're like, this is what you want, but this is the price tag.
It's the difference between retiring, you know, let's say in 20 years versus 40 years or 10 years versus 30 years. Like it's a big, big difference. And like I'm trying, I've been preaching this online for a long time. Just like, please, 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 if you're going to buy your first, buy an investment property.
Yeah, it's also to do with, you know, it's your first home at the end of the day. Do you buy a Lamborghini as your first car? It's your dream car, but at the end of the day, you need to be a little bit responsible. Make sure you're buying within your means, within your limits. It'll help you build up the assets for the future to then get your dream home.
I mean, that's how people do get their dream homes in the end, when you're able to leverage the equity from it to go from one house to another. Like, I don't know if I want to say this. But let's just say it. Like, think about it, like, my parents are immigrants. They started off in an apartment, and that apartment gain in value over time so that they can get a single family home and then go from there and jump to the next opportunity. It's not straight that you go into like a 3-bedroom. Like that, don't let TikTok influence you and think that's normal. It's not.
It is not normal. What are we calling this again? Like or dislike?
This is a disagree or agree
Agree
real
or
estate
disagree?
series.
Yeah.
Thumbs up or down?
Thumbs up or
Thumbs up. This is a real estate controversy show.
that's the end. We're gonna
Big bloopers.
these are just
Tune in next time.
we'll do this again.